Welcome to this tutorial for version 12 of MPO Canopus. Any program that displays a CCD image for doing photometry or astrometry uses a variation of the image form. Not all buttons at the right may be seen. This tutorial will highlight the more important features of the image form. Some details will be left to tutorials covering a specific task. While the overall look of MPO Canopus has been modernized and some features are new, version 10 users will see that there are many similarities between versions 10 and 12, and so the version 10 Canopus manual will still provide lots of good information. The image window is where a CCD image is displayed. At the top is a main menu. It will have at least two items, image and astrometry. The DPA menu is for double stars, while the asteroid menu items are used to find and display asteroids and their short-term paths. To load a single image into the window, click the Load button, the Image Open menu item, or use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+O. As you move the mouse around over the image, the zoom window at upper right shows the image directly under the mouse and the XY coordinates. To match the scale and orientation of an underlying star chart to the image, click the Auto Match button, the Astrometry Auto Match menu item, or press Ctrl+A. When the auto match is done, a set of apertures that are centered on stars common to the chart and image appears. Moving the mouse now updates the RA and DEC values next to the zoom window. To clear the apertures, select Astrometry, Clear All Apertures, or press Shift plus Ctrl+C. If you move the mouse over a star and then left-click, note that the star profile is displayed on the control panel at right. To get a larger view, double-click on the plot or click the Profile button on the control panel. This window is sizable and allows switching to a black on white plot. Scaling the display image often helps seeing faint stars. Click the Scaling button to show the image scaling form. Changing the settings affects the display image only. The original data are not changed. Sometimes looking at the FIT's header proves useful. For example, if there is trouble loading the image or the header is being read incorrectly. Click the Header button on the control panel to display the read-only form. You can save the data to a text file. The measuring apertures for the target, comparison stars, and those used to find astrometric solution can be changed by clicking the Apertures button. You can, for example, define an elliptical aperture for the target and a circular one for the comps, or vice versa if you got it on the asteroid. 3 buttons on the control panel allow you to load a flat, dark, and/or bias frame to be used when an image is open. Note that you have the option to load the frame and then whether or not to include it, as well as clearing it entirely. When you load one of the processing frames, the LED just to the right of the button changes to bright green. If a CCD image is open at the time, the program reloads it automatically, using or not the loaded process frames. Since reloading an image usually causes the astrometric solution to be lost, make sure that it's still good by moving the mouse around to see if the RA DEC settings update. Next, we'll cover some new features in the image form found in version 12. A flat has already been loaded, so let's auto-match the image. Once that's done and the apertures appear, you'll see the RA and DEC positions update as you move the mouse around the image. Let's clear the apertures to reduce clutter. The control panel takes up a lot of screen space. You don't always need it, and so there is a way to hide it and give your image more breathing room. Click the Tri-bar button at the lower right of the image window. This either hides or shows the control panel as needed. Another new feature allows you to zoom in or out on the image. This will be handy for those with pixel arrays that greatly exceed the resolution of the computer screen, allowing them to see most, if not all, of the image at once. Move the zoom bar thumb to the left to zoom out and to the right to zoom in. Notice that the diameters of the zoom apertures at the upper right do not change as the image scale is changed. Instead, the sampling of the main image is changed so that the apertures closely enclose the same area as they do on the main image. You can confirm this by clicking on a star at one zoom position and noting how much of the inner aperture it feels. Then zoom in considerably and click on the same star. That star's size relative to the inner aperture will be very nearly the same. On the other hand, the apertures on the image are modified so that they represent the same number of pixels on the image. For example, if zoomed at 200%, the apertures are twice their size as on the 100% image. To reset to 100% zoom, double-click on the zoom percentage indicator. As in version 10, there are status bars immediately below the image window that display important information, such as the sky level in ADUs, as well as the maximum pixel value in the measuring aperture. FWHM stands for full width half maximum size, in pixels, not arc seconds. Also on the bar are the estimated magnitude and the RA and DEC position. On the second bar are the RA and DEC for the center of the image, along with the number of reference stars used in the astrometric solution, and catalog minus instrumental magnitudes reference point. Profiles are a fixed set of configuration settings that can account for different equipment, location, observers, and so on. Most likely, you'll need just one, or if you work both asteroids and variable stars, maybe two. When switching profiles, most of the changes occur behind the scenes. An exception is that if an image is loaded at the time, it is reloaded to account for changes in display settings. It is probably best not to change profiles once you've started measuring images. Most of the primary programs, but not all utilities, allow changing the style or skin of the program. The default is to use the Windows settings, but there are about a dozen other choices. When a different style is chosen, the programs, being a bit bashful, will disappear for a few seconds while they change into their new skin. We talked earlier about zooming in and out on images. Resetting the zoom every time an image is loaded is not very friendly. So, use the combo box just to the right of the styles to set a default zoom. For example, set it to 50% and the image immediately resets to that scaling. If you load another image, it too will be displayed at 50% of full size. The setting is remembered from one run of the program to the next. This concludes this tutorial. We hope you find it useful and it helps you to get up and running as quickly as possible. Should you have any comments, questions, or need technical support, please visit the MPO Software Support Group on Groups.io. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get notified when a new tutorial is posted.